Welcome to another AMA with Kadena Ecosystem. In this episode, we'll be speaking with the team from Full Spend Mining. This conversation was recorded on August 23rd, 2023, live on Twitter Spaces. The views and expressions in this AMA do not represent the views of Kadena Ecosystem directly and are not to be considered as financial advice. Please make sure to do your own research on the projects presented. Also, make sure to subscribe to our account to be alerted of new uploads. Now let's get started. Enjoy! Welcome everybody to another AMA with Kadena Ecosystem. Today we have back with us the crew at Full Spend Mining. They are a very awesome group doing some very awesome things with some very cool NFTs that you can use to get mining rewards. So welcome guys, it's good to have you back.
Hey, thanks for having us. As we said, we're so excited to be here. You have one of the best spaces on Twitter. You do amazing stuff for a bunch of amazing projects and communities here. So we're beyond grateful.
Awesome. So just in case maybe this might be someone's first time hearing about Full Spend Mining, why don't we just kind of quickly go through a rundown about what Full Spend Mining is all about?
Yeah, so with Full Spend Mining, we aim to solve one goal, which is to enable everybody to participate in the crypto revolution and have access to all of the Kadena that's coming into the ecosystem. And we do that through our NFT that allows you to mine and own a portion of a real ASIC miner. One of the main goals we had in starting this company was to actually create an opportunity that was more profitable and more beneficial than at-home mining, unless you were able to, invest hundreds of thousands of dollars. And we've actually achieved that, and we have some amazing alpha to share about that later. But yeah, that's basically the rundown of what we do. We keep it simple, we focus on our goal, and we get you guys the most mining power per dollar possible and make an opportunity that otherwise wouldn't be possible. So pretty exciting.
Now, one thing that you guys have really bumped up since the last time we talked is your mining dashboard kind of section, including where you can go to mint the NFTs and stuff like that. Because I know, when you guys first started minting, it was kind of a convoluted process of going through Chainweaver and stuff like that. And it's obvious that you've put the work in to make it more simple for people to be able to go and get their hands on some of these really awesome NFTs. You maybe want to talk a little bit about that process?
Yeah. And man, those old days of minting on Chainweaver were crazy. And that was a crazy time. We were expecting to have a few months until Bitmain released the KA3, and we had just started developing the dashboard at that time, and they snuck in by surprise and said, the most amazing miner for Kadena, the most profitable miner in the world, is now available. And so we sprang into action and allowed everybody to mint during that time through Chainweaver, which allowed us to actually get our first order of KA3s in, which was I think it paid off very well. And shout out to all of the OGs that did mint on Chainweaver. We appreciate you guys. But luckily, like you said, we have invested time and money into building out that dashboard. And of course, you're able to mint there and all that great stuff and see your NFTs, all that fun stuff. But we've actually been working on our next release for the dashboard. And that's going to have a lot of different stuff, including being able to claim your mining rewards. I know we've been getting a lot of win rewards, and just to keep everything kosher and, organized, we are not going to be giving rewards until that dashboard is live, just so everybody can claim the rewards at their own time and all of that great stuff. But additional to that, we are releasing our stake to mint, which is really awesome feature we came up with, which is actually allows you to stake your NFTs, your mining NFTs, and it will automatically mint a brand new extra NFT once you've accumulated enough mining rewards to mint that NFT. It's a pretty cool little feature we have. You can choose a percentage of a single mining NFT to reinvest. So you could only do 25% of an NFT or whatever you so choose, or additional multiple NFTs. And it's kind of a fun way to allow your mining power to grow past what we already do with our sustainability model, which our sustainability model is because we are so profitable and far more profitable than mining at home, it allows us to take 10% and actually invest that in more miners, which will grow your hash rate over time and give you a bigger portion of a K3 than when you initially started. And so getting back to the dashboard, it allows you to, stake your NFT and be able to grow your mining power on top of the other great things we do to grow your mining power for you. And that is going to be the next release on our dashboard. So reward claiming and a stake to mint. And then also along with that, we are going to be releasing our actual full artwork. So we'll be getting out of the pre-sale reserve phase, and everybody will be able to, exchange those pre-sale reserves for the actual artwork. And we have been doing a bunch of test renders for the collection over the past week. Me and Sid making sure that all our complex traits can layer properly and all that fun stuff. And we're actually planning, and I might be getting a little too ahead of myself here, I'm just super excited, but we're actually planning to do a massive sneak peek extravaganza full of giveaways, full of fun. But we're going to be showing almost everything we've been working on, from the dashboard to the artwork. You're going to see some of the test renders we've done of the full 9,999 collection, which is going to be massive. We're also going to be showing our mining farm. So you'll get to see actually all the ASICs hashing away. You'll get to see how much terahash each one is going at, the total pool hash rate. We're going to be showing the mining rewards we've collected. We know that everybody's been so excited about win rewards and when can we claim, and just even wanting to be able to see the rewards. So we figured, because we're, forcing y'all to wait until we get the dashboard out, just so that we can keep everything super simple and easy, so that you guys can just claim once and not have to worry about any issues with that. But yeah, so we're going to be doing a huge sneak peek extravaganza, and that'll include going through the dashboard, showing you guys, what it looks like to transfer your pre-sale reserves and all that fun stuff. So we got a lot of stuff happening around the dashboard and with the dashboard. And yeah.
Well, that's very awesome. Yeah, you guys are definitely hard at work over there trying to, bring that original vision to life, and also adding new features on top of that. And it's really cool to hear that you're taking staking to a different kind of way and a different method. Most people, when they hear staking, they just think that they're going to get coins in return. But, there's lots of different ways that staking can be utilized. And you guys are definitely working into that kind of thing. Now, another thing that you guys have been talking about in the past is a DAO that will allow people to be able to vote on the direction of the project. Now that finance has been fully released and people are able to utilize that, are you guys utilizing swarms for that purpose of making a DAO for people to have kind of a say? And if so, what is the voting mechanism that is going to be used for such a DAO?
So we are definitely planning on that. We actually have one of the team members from Swarm on our core team, which is super awesome. And we've actually just started making plans for that. We didn't want to get too far ahead of ourselves with all the stuff, the amazing stuff we have going on right now, just because we've been taking quite some time to get these developments out and tested, just because they're fairly massive when you're considering that it's going to be the smart contract that handles claiming all the rewards and stuff. It's not something that we want to divide our attention into multiple other things that we would develop at the same time. So it is on our radar, but I can't say much more than that, just because we've been so focused on ensuring that there's no bugs, errors, or anything that could potentially be compromised for claiming your guys' mining rewards, because, that's what we got to ensure, that you guys can safely interact with everything and do all that. So we do have it in the pipeline. However, any details on that, I am not quite ready to share. But I can definitely say that we're thinking of doing a voting based on amount of NFTs held. But of course, there are some security issues with that we are definitely thinking and working through. But that's about all I could say on that.
Yeah, no worries. It's good to always, make sure that you think things through and plan accordingly to make sure that, it's not just a fair and equal kind of way that you can run a DAO, but also a secure way to make sure that, everything goes in place. And like you said, the number one important thing when it comes to these kind of mining NFTs is making sure that rewards are being paid out, because that's what people are getting into. That's what people are buying it for, is for those rewards. So, that definitely has to be the number one focus when it comes to that. Now, just to kind of ease people's minds, the people who have already bought the OG and the pre-sale miners and stuff like that, basically are there just rewards just building up in the background. And once, the claim feature is alive, they'll just be able to go kind of like those backlogged rewards.
You are absolutely correct. So they are just accumulating, and that is also what we're going to show, is the entire pool of rewards once we do this little sneak peek extravaganza. But yeah, everybody that has a mining NFT currently is just stacking in rewards. And actually, we a week or so ago, within the last week, we had some more KA3s delivered to our mining facility. And I don't know if I'm allowed, they might fire me if I give any estimates of what the hash rate is going to go towards. But I can tell you that we had 7 KA3s before, and we will be up to 30 KA3s. So you can kind of estimate based on that. But we're planning to have a substantially higher hash rate per NFT than anything we've seen on the Kadena ecosystem yet. So super excited for that. And you're absolutely right. We're focused on getting these core developments out, but I can assure you once those are done, it's going to seem like we're rapid firing all the rest of our developments. We had so much planned in the pipeline. We're so excited about it. And we know that we've kind of been a little quiet, but it is for good reason. We're focused, we're working hard, and we're getting these core developments out, and then also planning on how we're going to do all the other amazing things we're planning.
Now, when it comes to like the infrastructure and things like that, some people I know love to hear about, the actual real life infrastructure that is being used, the systems, the way you're running the miners, things like that. Could you maybe just kind of go over quickly your center of where you're hosting all these miners, how you're running them, open air versus possibly, the thoughts of maybe going immersion cooling in the future, things like that. Could you maybe go a little bit more into the details of your facilities?
Yeah, so we ended up being able to launch 100% immersion cooled, which has been massive for us. I think I can't confirm if we're the only project that's 100% immersion cooled, but we are 100% immersion cooled, which is pretty awesome. And that has opened a lot of doors for us. We've actually, earlier today, we were just tapping into the data center and messing with our overclocking we've been doing, and just seeing how it was doing. We're testing out a brand new overclocking software that we've developed with one of our partners, and so we're fine-tuning that, and that immersion cooling has allowed us to do that and allowed us to safely do it without worrying about melting our miners from them spooling up too hot or anything like that. And I don't think I'm ready to say what those overclock percentages are that we're going to be getting, but we're definitely having custom power supplies on the radar, which would allow us to bypass what is typically capable of the miners. We're just seeing how far we can push them right now and all of that stuff. But as far as the infrastructure, we're 100% immersion cooled, and we're going to plan to stay that way for the rest of our existence. On top of the overclocking that the immersion allows us to do, it allows us to expand the life of the miners. It also makes them maintain and retain their resale value, which is huge, as we are a mining project for life. So when you get a mining contract with us through our NFT, we are going to uphold that for life and replace your miner after it dies, and we'll upgrade it with the newest, latest model, on top of increasing the hash rate over time for everybody. So it's pretty awesome. I think that immersion is the way to go. And I think a lot of people, when they hear it, they get a little bit scared just because it's something new. But when you really look at the benefits and really look what it does for your miners, for your profitability, for your electricity usage, for the noise, just everything, it is a no-brainer solution. And we were able to actually find full-fledged emergent hosting for one of the cheapest hosting rates we found, and it has just been amazing. It even beat most of the air-cooled quotes that we had got, and so we're beyond thankful for our partners that are helping us achieve that goal. And it's really amazing. We're just beyond excited to be able to provide something so profitable for people in with our structure where we put 90% of our mint funds into directly into the mining and only keep 10% for developments. It's just amazing to see everything come together and build on top of each other, where we were doing so much to keep the profitability so high, and then to be able to find a partner that allowed us to enter into the emergent space for cheaper than even air cooled is just a blessing. And we're just excited to be able to share that with you guys. And that's the entire point of our project, is to enable you guys to have an opportunity that is better than what you could do on your own. So super excited.
Now, looking a little bit more into the future, for people who are curious, you can also go to fullspend.com and check out their website, where they have roadmap, team, about a whole bunch of really good information there, as well as links to a white paper and links to their mint website as well. One of the things that you're talking about in your roadmap, which is fairly down the road at phase 6, is the miner hosting for members and projects. Now, are you looking at people, they either buy a miner from a provider and then ship it to you, or are you looking at possibly using your connections and people can buy miners through you and then you host them for them? Could you maybe go into a little bit more details on what your plans are for that aspect?
You read our mind. That's spot on. We actually just released a poll in our Discord asking people how many miners they would have to host with us. And we actually have directly in our pipeline one of the core developments where hopefully we'll start getting this out in the next few weeks. But we're going to open up to hosting for others. So that is actually coming a lot sooner than maybe anybody anticipated. And so if you haven't joined our Discord, definitely do that. If you have some ASICs that you want hosted in an amazing immersion facility for some prices that may even beat your air-cooled quotes that you've been getting, definitely join the Discord, go react to our poll, and we'll be opening that up here pretty soon. But we definitely are planning for that rather soon.
That's great to hear. So when it comes to, like you said earlier, right now people are minting the pre-sale kind of NFTs that you're going to be dropping the artwork very soon and releasing like the actual collective artwork for people. Can you maybe go into a little bit about what the artwork's going to entail? I know people can go to your website or join your Discord and see some sneak peeks of what the otters are going to look like. Could you maybe go into some of the details of what might consist of some of the layers, things like that? Have you guys maybe integrated any kind of like shout out or nodes to any of the other Kadena projects, things like that, like we've seen with other NFT projects that they've done? Could you maybe give us a little bit of details about what people can expect to see artwork wise?
Yeah, most definitely. And before I forget, we definitely have a Kadena Ecosystem tree in there. So just wanted to put that out there. I know that Ron from Wizards Arena, he's still in here. We made a special 1-of-1 otter that is a wizard in honor of the Wizards Arena, just because they're so amazing over there. And but to actually answer your question, I think our artwork is going to be one of the most complex and, in my personal opinion, best artwork on Kadena. Let me just pull some of it up so I can just, have it right in front of me so I can tell you guys what we're dealing with. But we have a lot of cool traits, a lot of fun layers that aren't typically seen on other collections. We have like earrings, which I found was pretty cool and we didn't see much of. We've got like a unique necklace layer, which typically other projects will layer that with the shirt. And by doing that, it allows us to have a lot of cool, unique combinations with different shirts and necklaces and other things like that. But we have a total of, I think, just a little over 150 trades. Of course, we have the collection that is going to be 9,999 NFTs. But man, and I think Sid might be able to pitch in on this. We've been spending a lot of time recently going through the art, making sure we, program the art generator in a way that nothing breaks and that there's it creates a collection that works well together and is super balanced. I know that we kind of went for a street clothing, more modern, take at the traits. So you'll see a lot of cool stuff. You'll see a lot of homages to some of the meme cultures. I know we have like hype goggles in there, which was a fun and funny phenomenon on meme culture. We have the Drake puffer jacket from that good old meme. We just tried to incorporate a lot of that internet and modern culture into it, along with the modern street styles. So you'll see a lot of cool things that you'll recognize from the real world. You'll see some fun clays on different real world brands. One of my favorites being the Thrasher logo. I know that's a big one in a bunch of different NFT communities, and we have branded it as Splashers since we're otters, and so pretty exciting. Don't want to give away too much, but
you did take the words out of my mouth a bit there, but one short thing that I can say about is what I like about when we were thinking about the trades and when they were being developed is that there's something in there for everyone. So from like the streetwear up until the more neat and business type attire that you might see in a humanoid that is as recognizable as our Otter. It also makes it so that it has really fun combinations so that it gives something for everyone. If you are somebody that likes to wear a dress or a cocktail dress party type of jacket with a tie, but then some chains on top of it, and then really going for a cool look in that with the glasses, with the chains and everything, and then also nudging until to, like Riley said, some really popular culture things that we've seen also in other big brands. That's really going to be fun for everyone.
Yeah, I know from the sneak peeks of the artwork that I've seen, mostly on the website and stuff, that the layers look really well done and really well defined. And like you said, you have a good amount and a variety of layers. And I find that, once you start actually playing with a generator and throwing all those layers in and seeing, what it turns around and randomly spits out, you can probably see some really unique combinations that you would have never have thought putting together. And you're like, wow, that actually really works well, as opposed to, just kind of some weird thing that's like, oh, that just looks ugly having those layers. But like, I'm sure you'll probably run into one or two of those. But did you have, with the fact that you have all these different types of layers, like you said, you have necklaces, glasses, earrings, things like that. Did you have any issues with the weighting of the layers to ensure that, for example, if you mint something that has a chain, but it's also wearing a jacket, or mint something that has an earring, but the guy also has a hat, to make sure that all the layers are still visible and that there's nothing hidden underneath other layers? Did you have any difficulties when it comes to those kind of things?
Man, let me tell you, we have had difficulty with it just because we've done some complex artwork, and man, if I could show you or draw out the branch of how those layers go together, you would think we're insane for how we did it. But from the beginning, we understood. We had an artist that had done a lot of work on other NFT projects, and was very well aware of the challenges that would present and let us know of everything. We had a great open line of communication with that. And so none of the challenges that were presented to us were unexpected. And we've been able to, through hours and hours and hours of, painfully test rendering, re-rendering, relayering, creating new rules, creating new exceptions, make sure that everything works together very, very well. We even went as far as understanding that through the generator, there's certain layers that will need a manual touch-up from our artist, and it won't affect the metadata, but it'll just ensure that it is portrayed in the most appropriate way possible, doesn't have any weird nuances. I think we're doing really well to ensure that, it's randomly generated, but we are ensuring that everything works together, putting some extra work in to touch up any of the nuances. And so I can guarantee that even though it has been a journey, to say the least, there are going to be some amazing pieces of art that typically other projects wouldn't go to this length and put in this much time to ensure that it was a possibility. They would just say, no, it doesn't work. We just give up on it. But we decided, these look so cool together. These potentials that these two different shows could create, we're more than willing to go in, manually fix things, whether it be that half a layer can appear above another layer and the other half can't, to give a more like a 3D depth feel. We're going to be doing that, and I can assure you that it's going to be amazing. I'm just beyond excited for it. It's been one of my favorite things, getting a break from all of the technical side of things and just get to go play around with the art, test render stuff, to look at the cool, unique combinations that we're getting, just like you said, that you didn't even think would work together. We've had some good laughs about some, making personages of the otters that are rendered, and giving them little names, and just having a blast with it, seeing what's possible, making sure everything works out. But yeah, it's been a journey, and man, I'm just super excited. We've been really, really working so hard on everything for you guys, just to make sure that we can provide the most value out of any project to you all. And I think we've really done that. And, we see that you guys are also, investing a lot in us, not only through purchasing your NFTs, but your time and waiting. And we do see that. And we didn't want to make that go to waste. We wanted to capitalize on the time and investments that you all have already made and ensure that we go above and beyond your expectations and, make some art that's amazing for you guys. And it's also amazing that our artist, he created everything in vectors. So we're going to be rendering our art as 4,000 pixel by 4,000 pixel pieces of art, which is pretty high definition. If you think your entire computer screen is 1920 by 1080, that's almost 2 times as big as that, which is going to be pretty awesome for us. It's going to allow us to, create massive posters for your walls, just do a lot of crazy stuff that typically wouldn't be possible without pixelating or ruining the true art behind it. And so we've been thinking about everything for you guys, and we're just excited. Just so many big things are coming out for you guys. So keep your eyes peeled.
Now, with such high definition artwork, have you guys put any thought into possibly running merchandise for Full Spend Mining so that people could then take their NFTs and have them on t-shirts or hats or mugs or things like that?
Can I take this one, Riley?
Yeah, you're more than welcome to. But the one thing that I do want to make sure that Sid says is that we've actually been taking some fashion advice from our otters. There's been a few renders that both me and Sid were like, man, I wish like that whole outfit just existed in my closet right now. So we've been playing with ideas of even bringing some of the different traits from our collection and creating cool jackets or whatever. But I'll let Sid go in on that.
Yeah. So one of the things that was fun earlier on, is that we get a lot of good reactions and the way that we portray the Kadena logo and the Kadena coloring in our collection. It's not as typical as you might have seen in other collections as well, but it still brings a kind of high-end feeling to it. And people have been showing appreciation for it. So we also have somebody in our team that has been hinting towards doing this. And there's, of course, a lot of things that you can do about this, but this is definitely one that we've been thinking about for the last couple of weeks very strongly. And it's near to our heart that when we see these otters, like we would like to wear and that could actually be a thing that adds a lot of fun to the entire collection and to our community and to our OGs to be able to not only have their NFTs, but actually, if they like the clothes, look like what they see on there and be a part of our community in that way as well. And at the same time, boosting Kadena to the world.
Well, I think one that definitely has to be done is the very basic full spend with the almost like the Supreme logo, but it says full spend that you see on some of the renders that I've seen of the otters. I think that definitely, it's a very simple shirt, but it would definitely be very good for promotional purposes. And, like I said, it has that Supreme logo kind of look, which a lot of people are now familiar with. So I love the idea of taking inspiration from your traits and turning those into real world merchandise and artwork and things like that. So that's very cool to hear that you guys have already kind of are thinking down those lines and that your community is stepping up and sharing their ideas with you so that, you can all kind of come together because, it's the community that's going to be purchasing these things. So it's good to get their input as to what they would like to see be offered from a merchandise sale or things like that from Full Spend. So that's very cool to hear.
Yeah. And then having said that, of course, it's sometimes really hard to pedal between the priorities and stuff that you look or that you want to look for in the future or things that you like. But just to reassure everyone that we've been setting our priorities straight, because the first things that we want to do, which also goes in that the claim function will be on the dashboard where you guys can see the exact hash rate that you can and the exact amount of rewards claimable, that there's no doubt on anything of that, but it's governed by the smart contract. That is what we've been focusing on, and that's what we'll be pushing out first, of course. And then after that, there's a lot of cool things that can be done and that we take advice on from the community and that we want to involve the community in. So first things first, but a lot of good to come.
Well said. I like one of the things I really like. I'm just kind of going through right now on the website and looking at some of the things. My favorite otter so far, and this may sound kind of weird, is the naked one. The one that literally is just his body and like no hair, no hat, no clothes, no nothing. For some reason, like I know a lot of people out there that have been in NFTs in different ecosystems, kind of become trait hunters where, like you want to collect, for example, like ones that are all the naked ones that don't have clothes on and may just have, just glasses or just have one trait added to them, to their base layer and have nothing else. Or there's people that'll be like, oh, I really like the mohawk and I want to collect all of them that have mohawks and stuff like that. So, it's really cool ideas. Like I find that, as long as you have good solid traits and good solid artwork, which you guys have, you're going to have those hunters out there looking for them.
Yeah, we've been building specifically for all of that to happen. We've personally been investors heavily in different NFT projects across multiple different blockchains, and I think that's something that's pretty amazing that comes from these NFT projects is when they have these sub DAOs or these sub communities. And so we've actually taken a lot of inspiration from some of those other ones and tried to ensure that we cultivate that kind of culture within our own project. So you guys can definitely expect a lot of fun, different sub DAOs. It'll be interesting to see how it actually unfolds. Of course, we can try to cultivate that, but it's up to you guys to come together and decide, what traits are going to be the trait to have and what's fun and exciting for you guys. But we've definitely been trying to keep all of the NFT culture and subculture alive through our artwork. So I'm excited to see kind of how that unfolds and how you guys take our creativity and make that into something for yourselves. And especially with mining power backing your NFTs, it's going to be exciting to see what DAOs come up with. We're expecting to potentially see some charity DAOs where people come together and donate a percentage of their mining and do some good work for the world. We're expecting to see just a bunch of crazy things because we're all going to have that mining income to support it and to enable us to keep doing what we do to build our little sub communities and create something special.
Now, looking into the future a little bit more, going down on your roadmap, which, like I said, anyone can go see at fullspend.com/roadmap. You can see the roadmap, or you can check out all the different cool features on their website. And that is something that kind of piqued my interest, and that is called Trippy Morph. Now, kind of going off of what other projects have done, obviously, when they increase the production of their services or start to offer new services within their ecosystem, is that going to be the same idea of where this Trippy Morph idea comes into, where people are going to be able to take their original otters and kind of upgrade them to something new and something fresh?
Yes, actually, it's exactly that. So we've played with the idea of at a certain point, we're going to be growing to the point where we're adding increasing hash rate, and it could get to the point where your one NFT owns a portion of an entire, or not a portion, but an entire miner, and even maybe more than an entire miner. And that might get to the point where it becomes a little bit less inclusive and starts to deteriorate from our goal, which was a simple, low-cost, easy way, hands-free way to get into crypto mining in a extremely profitable level. And so if we get to that point where we upgrade so much and we're doing so well, it may get to the point where it starts to exclude people just because of the amount of hash rate backing the NFTs, pushing the price of them up and the value of them up, that we may need to kind of, add more NFTs into the mix. And by doing a morph would be one of those ways where we could allow people to do a completely free morph and get a Trippy Otter or some sort of a morph. We were very inspired by the Doghouse, one of our project partners who actually owns our NFTs through their DAO and empowers their own project through our project. They did something similar to this, and their artwork was just so amazing. They were able to just let the artist run free. They already had the base traits that they were morphing, and the artist was just able to unleash their, full artistic vision and just be creative as can be with it. And some of the art in that was so amazing. So I think that when we inevitably get to that point where we've grown so much and the value of our NFTs is so much that we may want to, spread that out and add another 9,000 NFTs into the collection. And then you would just have the same hash rate divided amongst two NFTs now, which would allow you to sell a portion of your hash rate instead of, the full hash rate through one miner, and a bunch of other things that would, keep it inclusive for everybody and, keep us on track for our goal of enabling anybody to get in for a decent price and whatnot. But that's definitely on our minds. Of course, only due time can tell if we're going to make it there. But so far with the trajectory we are on, I don't see why we wouldn't.
Now, I'm sure that this is probably like talking way into the future and stuff, but because you've just kind of wrapped up your initial artwork phase for the otters themselves, can we maybe get any kind of sneak ideas or visions of what you imagine the Trippy otters to look like? Would it just kind of be because one of the good things about Kadena NFTs and Marmalade, assuming you guys are going the Marmalade standard, which I would definitely be the best course of action, seeing how V2 is about to roll out and kind of become a finalized version. And we're seeing multiple marketplaces building upon Marmalade to give you the widest range of availability for people who may want to resell or buy secondhand NFTs themselves. One of the really cool things about the whole standard is the fact that you're able to upgrade the NFTs without having to go through a mechanism like we saw with with the Yacht Club NFTs when they did their mutations, where people were having to burn their original NFT and then mint a new one. With Kadena Marmalade NFTs, you can literally upgrade the existing NFT that you already have. So could you maybe go, I don't know if you guys have discussed this or have initial kind of artwork things laid out. Can you maybe go through the vision of what would happen, for example, if I had an otter and want to make it trippy, what I might see in terms of artwork and how that whole process may look like?
Yeah, definitely. I don't think we're quite ready to say too much on it, but we have, as a team, had a bunch of crazy fun ideas. And this is just things we've discussed, and it's nothing official or anything like that. So don't take any of this and run with it. But we've thought of different ideas of, allowing people to, similar to our stake to mint, where you could basically do a stake to upgrade. And that would allow us to add a attribute for the actual hash rate of each NFT and allow people to potentially, basically stake their one NFT. Of course, this would be after we sell out and there's no stake to mint, but you could stake your one NFT, and then we would use 100% of that funds to go and acquire more ASIC miners for you. And then we could upgrade that attribute on the NFT, which would then be seen by our smart contract and distribute the appropriate amount of mining power to your wallet, allowing people to kind of go on their own unique journey through mining, where some people may want to just keep reinvesting for a year straight and get these mega mining NFT contracts. Some people, maybe won't. Another cool idea we've had was basically having our otters, and this would go well with the trippy ones, basically have our otters trigger by certain times where the artwork changes. So maybe you have a business otter, and on the weekend he turns into a party otter and takes his suit off, and the traits morph into something different like that. But there's no what we may do. It's like what Sid has been saying. We're just focused on these core developments right now. We have a bunch of fun ideas, but of course, that's also where the DAO comes in. We don't want to just run with the fun ideas we have. This is a collective. We're all equal when we're a part of this project. It's just like where there's no percentage of the mints going to the founder or anything. I, the founder, have to buy NFTs just like everybody else if I want to benefit from this project, making it a truly decentralized, method of launching this project. And so, I think that's where a DAO is really going to come in, and collectively, we're all going to be able to decide, maybe we, don't even want to morph into trippy otters. Maybe we just want to use Marmalade to do something like that. The possibilities are truly endless. And we don't want to necessarily say we know what's best. We know we have some amazing ideas, but in the end, collectively, we're all going to be able to steer this ship to the destination that we all want. And I think that's something that makes Full Spend special, is that, we're building for the next 150 years. We're going to be mining with you guys past when I'm even alive. You guys are going to have to be passing your NFTs down to your kids and your grandkids. And so through that, we want to encourage and cultivate a community that is working together for the best outcome, because truly, when you put a bunch of heads together, it's definitely better than, just one head thinking about things and trying to, come up with the best solution. So I think that a lot of that stuff is definitely going to be perfect for our DAO. And I think Sid has something to add on top of this.
Yeah, that goes really well into what we've been always saying is when we like mining, we talk a lot about the specifics about what the miners can do, how they're running, how we're making them spit out every bit of effectivity that we want them to have. But at the same time, what goes into the future plans is, like Kadena says in their banner, is to unleash infinite possibilities, and that can go to the human part of it as well. Through the mining, which is just a vessel, we would like to empower everyone to be able to attain financial freedom in what kind of form that may take, to be able to, for their kids, start something as a company from their rewards or from the KDA that they hodled, or to be able to set something aside using, I don't know, a Ledger hard wallet that just came out, to set aside some KDA for every one of their family members, and then having that work on and work through until Kadena can't be mined anymore, which is going to be like 120 plus years from now. So like Riley said, we are going to be mining together for life. So we might as well get to know each other. And that is actually what we've also been doing, is reaching out to people in the community, listening to them, seeing what, makes them tick, makes them get up in the morning, gets them interested in crypto. And from that, I 100% trust that there will be a lot of good ideas that people can bring to the table. And, we also want to empower people and ourselves as well to unleash those infinite possibilities. And, Marmalade helps with that. And I'm really excited to see where Kadena will take everybody on this journey for a better and safer and faster use of the tech that we all love.
Yeah, and I think that with crypto mining, it's truly the core mechanism that perpetuates and enables the crypto revolution that we all dream of and that we're all here trying to cultivate. And through crypto mining and keeping things decentralized, scalable with Kadena and everything, it allows all those dreams that Sid was talking about, from taking care of your family, et cetera, to be a reality. And not only to be a reality, but be in the scope of a better future where, money isn't working against you and inflation isn't robbing your purchasing power every year. And you're wondering, when did I ever get to decide on any of this? Then it just seems unfair. And, crypto mining truly is the core of enabling that future to come to reality, especially through projects like Full Spend, KMC, all of the Kadena hashing, all the other amazing projects that are doing similar things to us. It's truly going to, ensure that we come to that future, and that, a future that we're all happy to be a part of, and that we can actively say we participated in and, took charge and made it a reality. So we're super excited. I mean, I just can't wait to see how it all unfolds.
Well, that's definitely one thing about mining Kadena, is that, there's still 115 years left of rewards left out there to be accumulated. So it's not like mining Kadena is going to be stopping anytime soon. And even after that 115 years, hopefully by then, Kadena will have reached a mass adoption type place where just the fees alone, even as low as they are, when you're talking, millions and millions of transactions upon themselves, that will still be enough to incentivize miners to keep mining the system in the same way that once Bitcoin is fully mined out, that's the same kind of thing. People always wonder what happens to a coin when their entire emission schedule has come to an end. How do you keep paying miners? Because miners, the whole incentive for them to mine a coin is to make a profit and to be rewarded in the coins. And that's why they're mining. People always wonder, well, after the mining emissions are completely gone through, where's the value in it? And the value in it is, of course, the same way right now. Not only one person gets the block reward who initially first mines a block, but then the fees are also distributed amongst the miners as well. So, that just carries on after the emissions fees. But like I said, we don't have to worry about that for a couple generations from now anyhow. So, definitely getting into the game now early and getting into these mining fields and mining projects and stuff like that is going to be a long-term process, especially when it comes to Kadena. So, it's very good to hear that, you got to have that long-term vision. Crypto is all about having that long-term vision and seeing things, years down the road, and just kind of being prepared and building yourself up slowly which is, like I always say, the best way to get into any kind of crypto thing is to DCA, dollar cost average your way across a long period of time to get the best value for your buck. So, getting into mining projects, getting into all those kind of things are great ways to invest that for the future. So really good to hear. Also, one thing I was going to ask you guys about with your pre-sale mints and things like that I read is that you guys are looking at possibly capping the mint when you hit 700, which is only 92 mints away from now. Do you have any kind of information about that and what's going to be moving on past that point?
Yes. So the reason we have, and we've actually already done it, we've capped it at 700. It is officially capped. The reason we did that was because we were in between launching the next 23 KA3s to get us to 30 total KA3s, and we didn't want to undermine or take away from anybody that has already purchased. And so once we get these launched and everything, we may, it just depends, we may increase that number, but we are going to do it in line with the purchasing of new KA3s. So if you guys are thinking about minting, now is definitely the time to do it. One of the things that is definitely 99% likely going to happen during this sneak peek extravaganza that we're planning to show you guys all of the things we've talked about in this space, we're going to be also having a mint party, and I can guarantee you that I am personally planning to mint a majority of what is left. So with that being said, I just want to invite you guys to check out the pinned tweet. I hope that's okay that we pinned something up there. But we also have a sales funnel that allows everybody to invest through any form of payment that they wish. We can work it out and set it up for you guys, whether you guys want to do bank transfers, credit card, debit card, Dogecoin, Ethereum, Kadena, Kapepe, coin on Kadena, anything you want to pay. We are doing custom invoicing, allowing you guys to pay in any form that you want. We know that with the price of Kadena right now, that it is a lot to ask to give up your sweet, sweet Kadena to mint. So if you guys are interested and don't want to spend your Kadena, but still want some of this amazing mining power and to be a part of an amazing revolution, that link is pinned up there. And I think Sid has something to add to that.
Yeah, I heard you mention DCAing. DCAing into our project is something that is also going to be rolled out in the future, which we will be sharing information about very soon. But still, again, first things first is the Otter Pups that is going to be launched in the future, and not very long from now. And those only cost $10. And I know that Riley spoke about some giveaways, so I don't know if we will be able to do this within the space, but I took some print screens of everybody that was here, and we can also always do enter them into a raffle in our Discord. So make sure that you join our Discord so you'd be able to enter the raffle to win some free Otter Pups as well. Is it something that we could do, Riley?
Yeah, most definitely. I almost forgot we were, getting so passionate about changing the world through our NFTs. I almost forgot that free stuff is a needed thing, but we should also ask the host. I know we just hit the hour mark. Would there be a minute or two to raffle off some quick little Otter Pups?
Yeah, no problem. I'm on salary. I ain't paid by the hour.
Perfect. So we can keep it simple, and it looks like we have about 20 or 30 people in here. If either of you guys want to pick a number between 1 and 30, maybe between 3 and 30, so that the hosts don't win, I'll count down on my screen, and whatever number it is, we'll give you guys an Otter Pup, and we'll do like 3 or so of them.
Okay. How about let's go with 19.
19. Perfect.
I think we'll probably all have different people, so
yeah, and that also makes it fair, and you can't be picking favorites in here. But we have Smitty2K is the 19th person on my screen, and I will screenshot that in case anybody needs some proof that he is the 19th person. And then Sid, pick a number between 3 and 30.
I'm going to go with what Randy, the Chief Experience Officer, said. 22.
22. I like it. I muted myself there. We have Green FX. And Sid, would you write these down for me just so I make sure we can get the prizes to the people who deserve them?
I will. So you said Schmitty, was it?
Smitty 2K. And
yeah,
I'm not talking
Smitty.
Follow Smitty 2K. And then we have Green FX. I will toss them a follow as well.
Awesome.
And then we got one more number, each of you guys, or here, both you guys pick a number between 1 and 12.
5.
Sid?
11.
All right, that's for a total of 16. Let's do it. And we have K. Joshua coming in for the win. I will toss you a follow as well. Congratulations. One of the OGs in the community. Well deserved. But yeah.
Awesome. Congrats, K. Joshua. Noted. Awesome.
Well, congratulations to everyone who got themselves a nice Otter Pup. It's been really great catching up with you guys today. Definitely stay in touch. Can't wait to see what more comes into fruition in the near future. Hopefully some people that listen to this AMA today will be excited enough to go mint themselves some NFTs and get you guys up to that 700 goal. So yeah, it's been very great catching up with you guys. You guys are doing amazing work over there, working really hard to make sure that, you know, all the stuff that you've been talking about and saying for the past little while is really starting to come through and come to fruition. So really exciting to see. And yeah, I can't wait to see what comes in the near future. So thanks for coming back and catching us up to date today.
Yeah, and thank you for having us. Like, seriously, you guys don't realize it, but you do so much amazing stuff for the community. Just giving us a voice, giving us a chance to show some amazing stuff. You know, we've been kind of taking a little break from the social media spaces and stuff just so we could really focus in and get all this stuff done. So it was really, really amazing and nice to have a welcoming space that we could just come join in and share all this amazing alpha that we've been working on. So seriously, thank you so much. And yeah, greatly appreciated.
And to not forget, Mr. Kennedy, hit us up. I saw your comment and the kid in the campfire. Just reach out to get your NFT sorted out that you said you lost. So we're gonna work our best to see what we can do for that.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much, everyone, for coming and listening to this AMA. Make sure you give Full Spend Mining a follow, join their Discord, get involved, and if you're so inclined, go grab yourself one of their NFTs so that you can have some really awesome mining rewards and get involved. So thank you very much, everyone, for joining us. Make sure you also check out KadenaEcosystem.com, your website for all your Kadena needs, and check our calendar for our upcoming AMAs to not miss out on any of these awesome spaces that we have. That wraps up another amazing AMA. Thank you for listening. Here at Kadena Ecosystem, we strive to bring an open platform for projects being built on Kadena to present themselves to the community. Please ensure to do your own research on the projects before investing. Also ensure to follow us on our social media from Twitter to subscribing to our weekly newsletter to keep up to date on everything KDA related. You can find all the links in the description below. Take care.